Welcome to this tutorial on creating a copy of the portfolio Google site, and that's the only highlighted thing here. We don't want you to edit the template. We want you to create a copy and then edit. So the video that I'm currently recording, I want you to watch, pause, do, and this is the important thing. I want the template to be clean. You have edit access, but you need to make a copy of it and then do your editing. And then we're going to copy your portfolio's URL, the published portfolio URL, more on that in a second, and add the link to this assignment. So up here you would add a link, and you're also going to hyperlink your name on the sheet. So we have this sheet that I built from our connection before content. I pulled all the last names there, and then you're going to highlight your name and add a hyperlink. So this is inserting a link on your name to link out to your website. So more on that in a second. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to go to this assignment, and we're going to click on this. It's an example portfolio. So this is the published view. Notice it says like the student name and USP sharing. It's not the edited view, so you can't like highlight text and type or edit anything here. You have to click the pencil to get in the edit this page view. So there's two different sides. There's the published and public side. So this is, you could send this URL to, let's say, your parents in a text message, and if they click on it, it'll load the website. You wouldn't want to send anyone the back end of the website. You have to have edit privileges. So everybody should have edit privileges here. So I've made this public, and anyone with the link can edit. So I'm just going to close this again and just double back here. I want to go to this is the public side, and then if I click that pencil, we'll be on the edit side. So on the public side, you're going to have kind of a main page where you'll have your best work and maybe a brief overview or anything that you want to write beneath your best work. And then that's like the main root page. And then here you have this down arrow menu, and you'll have multiple portfolios throughout the year under this menu. So you can have like a best of kind of page of highlights. So there's like best photos and videos if you want to put them, and maybe some descriptions. And there's ways to edit this in the back end. But then here, this is what you'll do for each project. At the top there'll be like the label of whatever the project was. For instance, this was a light painting with a slow shutter. So the shutter opens, and then you move some flashlights and different colored lights around, and then the shutter closes, and it gives you this kind of smeared light effect with a long shutter. So you put your work at the top, and then down below there's this writing section of the project summary, and then down here different outcomes, and then down here a rubric that you'll create. And I hope I have the link there. Yes, I think that links out too. So this gives you the ability to create your own rubric. And then down at the bottom, a little bit more about what you might score yourself. Rather than writing in the comments, the student chose to do another section on the website to kind of assess what he was looking to work on for the project. And then down at the bottom is this project reflection. So it looks like a lot of writing, but it goes pretty quick, and once you do one, it gets a lot faster each time. So we're going to make a copy of this for your portfolio. So again, we are watching this video, and you're going to not edit the template, you're going to copy it and then do your editing. So if I'm over here, in order to copy it, you have to click this pencil. This is where it gets dangerous. Don't edit anything yet. Do not edit, make a copy. So we're going to make a copy first. We're going to go to the three dots and say make a copy. Now this thing pops up, and we're going to name our site. So that would be what it looks like up top here. So I'm going to put at the very top of my website what I want to call it. So I would call this my first name, last name, CD portfolio. That's good enough. We're going to make an entire site, all the site will be copied when I do this, and say OK. So it's making a copy, and it's going to open in a new tab window, and now see, this is the one that you want to edit. Do not edit this. In fact, close this immediately. So now that we've made the copy, now we just have one tab open that is just your name, CDM portfolio, and now you would be able to edit this website. So we would be able to go in and change this to Brian and digital media portfolio, and then best work, and you would go from there, and then you can jump between your pages over here. So here we're on the portfolio highlights page. If I go over here, here's like the root page, or portfolio highlights page. There we go. And then click the down arrow, and then portfolio template will be where we would do our first project. And I'll do another video on how to get set up for our Fill the Frame project that we'll be working on together in class. But now that we have this back end set up, this is the edit side. So earlier I was talking about the URL. See how it has like a ton of weird characters in the URL and it says edit? You don't want to publish that anywhere. Somebody would have to have your user ID and Google account password in order to see it or get into there to work on it. We want to publish and make it the public side. That's what you're going to share to Google Classroom, and you're going to put it on the sheet. So to do that, you have to click this publish button over here, and then it's asking for the very first time, what do I want to call my website? So I'm going to make it the same thing as this. I should have copied this before I did this. I'm going to hit cancel here. I'm going to go up here, highlight this text, Command C to copy it, and then I'm going to go back over and I'll click the publish button, and it's going to say, what do you want to name it? I'm going to name it the same thing, Command V. First name, last name, CDM portfolio. That's probably fine. And say publish. So that's going to be the long URL once it's published. And then I don't see it anywhere. I'm going to click never mind, sorry. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to view published site. The down arrow, view published site. So a new link will open up, and look at the difference between the URL. So here we have this long URL. If I was to click maybe to CDM, that's the one that you want to copy. So it'll be sites.google.com/lrhsd.org/whatever you named your site/CDM is kind of like the root home page of your site. So that's the URL that I would copy. So Command C to copy that. And then we would go up to our Google Classroom and click add the URL here, and you can turn this part in, and then we also want to link it up off of here. So if you click on this, it jumps off, and then I would go to my name, highlight my name, go to this link, and if you don't see the link, it might be your view. So if I like take this and drag it this way, I might have to scroll over and select my name. I'm still highlighting the box there. You might have to click these 3 dots more, and then you're going to go to insert link. And then which link do you want to insert? I'm going to leave the text to say Pistone. I'm going to go here and Command V to paste and click apply. So now, oops, I'm going to undo that. I put it in the wrong box. I put it over here. I want to click on my name again, back over here. Click on the name, link, enter a link. So we'll paste in Command V. So Command C to copy, Command V to paste, and we'll say apply. And now my name, everybody's name should have a blue hyperlink. So if I click on that, I would be able to jump off and see the public published side of your website, and then I could click and check out each of your portfolio pieces under this tab here throughout the year. So that's going to do it for this tutorial. You would click the turn in button here and just make sure this is done. We did all these steps. So you watched the video, you did not edit the template, we then made a copy and edited a bit of that, and then we published the URL and added the link to this assignment and hyperlinked the name in the sheet. That's going to do it for this one, and in the next tutorial we'll talk about editing your website for the first one.